Hey! I'm Mega. Picture this. 3 of your old experiences in HD on the Switch. Sounds great, right? No, it doesn't. Any time before May 19th I look back at in shame. Not owning LEGO Dimensions is bad enough, I don't want it in HD!
Super Mario 3D All-Stars. While the title is so normalised to me now because I've seen it officially used for almost a year, it really is funny how Nintendo used this name.
Super Mario All-Stars is a great game, but I just hate how it doesn't have the Z-axis. Yes!
Technically 3D isn't needed. Super Mario All-Stars could apply to both games, although this one has DDD so it's better.
Enough 40-second title talk. What is a 3D All-Star and why are there multiple?
At its core, there's essentially 3 old games, slightly altered to work on Switch due to changes in controllers. Super Mario 64 is the least changed input-wise, since there isn't much to change. Everything works with the Switch controller without compromises. As for Super Mario Sunshine, the same does not apply. The GameCube had analog triggers. You've probably heard of these, although they're essentially triggers that you can sense how much you push down on them. They aren't like most other controllers where it's a clear one input. You can feel pushing down on them all the way to the end. I don't have a GameCube controller myself, although the PS3 had analog triggers, so I do have some experience with them. Most in Little Big Planet where you can either hold up a fist or a peace sign, depending on how much you push down.
There's a difference.
In Sunshine, analog triggers were utilised to change the pressure of Flood's water. Pushing it down a little shoots out the least, while pushing it down all the way makes you stop and shoot from a closer perspective. Lacking analog triggers doesn't really hinder you too much throughout Sunshine, though a clever use of them in the original could save you some water.
Water is worth saving. Don't just fill bags with it.
If playing in 1.1.0, you can use analog triggers, although you'll need a GameCube controller.
I've tried. A PS3 controller won't suffice.
If just using a standard Switch controller, ZL squirts water at full power, while L stops and shoots.
I love detailing the controls of a version of a game that I don't really care about.
Super Mario Galaxy has changed a little too, although not too much. Pointer functionality is now executed with its gyro and docked mode. Finally I can play Mario Galaxy like this! In handheld mode, the cursor's moved using the touch screen. Who designed this? Honestly, it's fine, just a little more awkward. I guess moving the whole system to use the cursor wouldn't work, but it's fine for Rolling Green Galaxy. I only kind of look insane trying to do this galaxy quickly. The spin is mapped to X now in addition to your right arm, and some Wii Remote prompts have been changed to Joy-Con. They still kept the GameCube X button prompt, but Nintendo just really hates Wii Remotes.
They're past that phase. It only lasted 10 years.
Now that we know how to control the games, let's go back to the menu because there's soundtracks!
Actually, fuck these soundtracks. I scuffed my Switch trying to listen to them.
Well, there's nothing else here to cover. Back to Mario 64. Ah, why are there just these black borders? Some options would have been nice. Most annoying of all though is how there's a gap at the top and bottom of the screen. I have to agree with 2020 me on this one. I just wish they'd done a little more. Have Galaxy 2, for example, actually fill the screen in Super Mario 64. Not even widescreen, just making it so there aren't any gaps at the top or bottom of the screen. It is cool to see some UI elements at a much higher resolution, with the Mario head for the life count that's completely re-rendered. Although, other elements have clearly just used an AI upscaling algorithm, due to the smoothing effect seen in the health icon for example.
I'm not usually too picky on things like this, but it is kind of sad that only some elements are completely redone, and others are just upscaled using an algorithm. If I was re-releasing my life in HD, I'd make sure it's a real DSi XL, not just upscaling the memories. Pressing minus across all 3 games brings up a suspend menu outside of the standard pause menu in-game, but allows you to look at the controls for the game you're playing, and, if on version 1.1.0, then you can invert the camera controls here too. I specifically chose not to update past 1.0, because there's this glitch with the co-star mode, and I need it in my life, damn it! I've never done the glitch. And that's all of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Just the games and the soundtracks, with minimal changes to each game. I'm not really sure what to think of this game. It's a handy way to play 64, Sunshine and Galaxy, although, while I don't really have any issues with how each game plays, it just rubs me the wrong way about how this whole collection's been made.
Yes, it was intended as a limited time release, although that doesn't mean you can't put a little love into it, or do the bare minimum and try and forget about it, as that clearly hasn't worked months later. It would have been really cool if Galaxy 2 was included in the package. I'll probably buy it on Wii to play on Wii U soon anyway, although just imagine how much more value would have been added to the game instead of just forcing people to have 2 separate consoles to play both Galaxy games in the best resolution possible.
I bought this game partly because of the limited release thing, as well as wanted to get any new Mario game that released on Switch when it came out. Hell, this led me to buying a Luigi game that I'm not too interested in. But who cares about 3D All-Stars, because I've just finished the HD re-release of my life!
I don't own a Wii U or Lego Dimensions.
What a loser!